What it do, snackers, snackettes, and snack X's? It's your boy Gage. The homie Sin is in the building with me.
Yes, sir.
Hope everybody had a wonderful and happy holiday and is planning on having a wonderful and safe new year. You are now tuned in to the final episode of Loading Snacks Weekly for 2023.
Yes, sir.
And it's not gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be heavy a little bit. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a little bit of a doozy, but it won't be too crazy. As you can see, if you're a regular here, there are only two of us in the building. Brooke had to work late. I don't think he's gonna sneak in before we get it done.
Yeah, if it is, it's gonna be very last minute.
Yeah, and them lights been on the mic for a minute.
Yeah.
What up, Andrew? Also, hope your holiday was fantastic.
Black Friday to New Year's Day.
In the absence of the jokester, Sin, would you please take care of his job? Make sure the Beacons link is up for everyone. Beacon still remains probably the easiest way to follow us across everything. Again, by all means, do that. Follow us across the board, everywhere. I'm feeling way better. Like, go out in public and touch stuff better. Way better. Thank you for asking.
Merry Christmas, Doc.
Yeah, Merry Xmas to you too, Doctor Who. Yeah. So today, is it a new hoodie from the clothes shop? Yes. So here's the thing. Let me just. All right, this is gonna take a second. Right. So here's the thing. When you go into our merch shop, there is an option to customize the things that you buy. And what it will allow you to do is it will allow you to take like any of the logos and things from different shirts and stuff that we have put up and apply them as you see fit. You can do things like I think the first time we really talked in depth about this was when we did the autism shirts earlier this year. Because when I got the blue hoodie, I got my name down the sleeve.
Side of it. Yeah.
Right. So you actually can go in and adjust them as you want. So this hoodie is a regular. If you just go and you look at the zip up hoodies that have the regular Loading Snacks logo on them, it's a zip up hoodie. It has the logo on the back, right? Again, you can take it and you can move them around or whatever. So you can kind of pick the different clothes and different stuff that you want, and you can adjust them. And so this one in particular, I made this specifically for our trip to Ocean City. And so I put the logos, different logos on the front on one side. And, we've been talking about doing something that is just permanent like that, so you don't have to customize it, because we've talked about doing something that looks a little bit more like a racing jacket kind of thing, with just kind of all the different logos for all the different stuff we have put up there. And I didn't technically make a new Spoiler Boys logo until after I made this hoodie, and then I was like, oh, this joint needs Spoiler Boys on it. But it's not up there yet. So, like, technically, you could go in and you could make this yourself, or you can go in and honestly make yourself something that is a Loading Snacks hoodie or a t-shirt or a sweatshirt or pajamas. Again, there's pajamas and stuff like that there that, you can go in and you can adjust and you can make it your own and make a one-off if you want to. The cost for making that adjustment for everything that I've seen, it was no more expensive for me to add these 3 logos where they are here than it was, or put like my name down the sleeve on my other hoodie than it was to just slap one additional logo on or something like that. So like, right. I think it's relatively cost effective to do it if you really want to do it that way. And so by all means, go in and mess around with it, because when you go in, when you're in the custom area, like you can save kind of designs or whatever. If you leave out, you can come back in, it'll still be there, like it remembers what you were doing. But it's an option. You can go in and you know, do it how you want to. And I have gotten like a lot of compliments on this hoodie, and so I was like, I guess I probably need to just make one. I probably just need to make it. You know what I mean?
Official one, call it a day.
But again, this is a one-off because now I'm like, well, if I'm gonna do it, I need to make sure all of the logos are ready. You know what I'm saying? To go for everything. What's up, Heather? So like we have an anime logo, like a kanji logo, and there's two versions of it, one with and without subtitles. Mm-hmm. But like there will be one for like anime chat, and there will be one for
like Thriller Park or something
Thriller
like
Park,
that.
And there'll be one, there'll be one for Spoiler Boys and all that. So I'm kind of just trying to get everything together and just make sure that the logos kind of fit into some sort of a format where they look good when they're kind of just stacked or bunched together the way they are. So there's some things coming. Little do you all know, I spent a lot of time working on a Christmas, like an ugly Christmas sweater logo that y'all just never got to see. I can show it to you, I guess. I can show it to them, right, Sam?
Sure, why not?
They're gonna be mad though.
Just a little. They'll be asking for it next year.
They might ask for it now. You know. Anyway, did you get that link up there? I'll tell you what. While I go look and see if I can show you all this, I said you have a job to do.
Well, let me put this up before I start my rigmarole.
You
already said it before she jumped in. You said make a NASCAR
right, see,
style.
NASCAR, that's what I'm
saying.
Yeah, something NASCAR style, something that just kind of has like one major logo, maybe broken up across something like a zip. I really wanted a zip up hoodie. That was really the thing. I wanted the zip up.
See, now that we're talking about it, I'm thinking of Forza. Like when the next Forza Horizon come out, having all the decals all around the car, stuff like that, making it look like a racing joint.
Come on, dog. You already know. You know how long it took me to get that Lotus
I know.
logo?
I know. I know.
Hang in there though. Just like listen, I'm already like last week, me and my daughter, the youngest is doing like a coding class. Oh, okay. And we were talking about coding. I was like, man, I kind of want to do a new Logan Snacks logo for Grand Theft. Ooh. What up, Perk? It'll just be a little bit cleaner. Like it'll just be a little crisper, a little bit neater. But man, I kind of want to do that joint so bad, bro.
Getting everybody in with the logos on the jackets would be fire. Like a whole gang of us in there. That'll be fire.
Listen, they not ready.
Right now it's just three. You know, it's just three of us right now. You know, just
usually
on average.
Yeah. Three of us, not jokes.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah, not jokes.
I know what you meant.
Let's go ahead and shout out our top tier patrons. Starting with Anthony Cunningham. Shout out to him. Marcus Houston, Susan Deutsch, Tyrone Carson, Meticulous Skin, Alex Lee, and Ellis Enbay, and Kermit Ferguson. Thank you very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
All right. So look, hold on, because I did not make this.
Want to say hi. Happy holidays and happy New Year. Thanks, Kidlet. We appreciate it.
What up, Kidlet? Hope you doing well.
Hopefully you can show up and hang out a little bit for Popeyes and Pajamas with us.
Definitely make sure that you're around next Sunday for some,
What up, gang?
What if we're gonna get a little X-rated?
A little. Hey, look. I'm
saying for like Popeyes and Pajamas, man. It's gonna be. I don't know. We're gonna have a discussion about what we finna do. Some of that stuff gonna have to be. We're gonna might make some of them conversations private, bro. I don't know. It gets.
Before we say a response to a certain something, we don't know where it's gonna go. Hopefully, it goes in a good way. But
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Right now,
it's
you got some youngins in here. Turn your head around. I'm gonna get you some juice or something.
Yeah, that joint. I don't know, bro. That joint is like really dangerous. Dangerous to say the least.
Cool, Robin. Thank you. Had a great Christmas. Hopefully, we see you for Popeyes and Pajamas this upcoming Sunday as well.
Just get your Popeyes and wear your pajamas.
That's
you know what I mean? So while I'm looking for this design to show y'all because I'll be honest, I tucked it away. Sin.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you okay, buddy? Okay, just making sure. The color purple came out and dominated the box office for Christmas Day. It was the number one movie for Christmas Day. It's the second highest grossing Christmas Day film release of all time. And it's the highest grossing since 2009. Right? Which like, I mean, it did like 18 million. Doesn't sound like a lot because I believe the budget on it's like 100 million.
Okay.
But I think the word of mouth is gonna make it work. Like I think it might actually end up doing something because it, seemed to do so well. And as cool as that is, what I really want to talk about as it more or less pertains to the audience we generally have here is how much it whooped on Aquaman. So here's a question I have for you, Sam. Let me think about how I want to phrase this. Are you in any way interested in seeing Aquaman 2?
No.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. Like that's something I'll throw on just to say I've seen it when it comes home and it's late and I just put on something to watch. Other than that, no.
Okay. I mean, so that counts. I guess I was getting ready to try to differentiate between motivated to see it in the theater versus like, well, I mean, when it comes home, I'll watch it.
It's one of the things like I'll get around to it eventually. I have no desire to look at it whatsoever. It could be a year or two from now before I finally sit down and watch it. Like I've lost all interest.
It doesn't feel important, and so therefore,
yeah,
it's like it doesn't really matter. Is that where we are?
Yeah, and personally for me, I didn't really care much for the first one like everybody else did. Personally,
did people care for that?
A lot of people liked it. I think it's like one of the greatest, one of the best DC movies. It wasn't for
well. I've probably said that myself. To be honest, now that I think about it, I probably said that myself because for real, if you all right, sure, let's call it a curveball. Top 3 DC EU films. What are they?
The first Shazam, the second Suicide Squad. Third, I'm trying to think of.
Is it Wonder Woman? The first one?
A lot of people would say that, not for me personally. Ugh.
It's Aquaman.
It definitely wasn't Aquaman for me.
Bro. What else could it be? There isn't anything else.
I know what I could.
Justice League is terrible. Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League is better than Justice League, but it's also terrible.
I'll say Batman versus Superman just because Batman beat Superman.
Come on, bro. Come on. Like, it's still not good, bro. Like, Aquaman was better than that. It just was. It was better than that. Like, it was a better film. It was better put together. I think the comedy was better. I think the writing was better. I mean, for real, probably the acting was better too. When I think about it,
quiet, Marcus. It was not
now.
Blue Beetle.
I don't think it's definitely not Blue Beetle, but I mean, for me, if I had to pick, right, Shazam, yeah, Wonder Woman and Aquaman. and probably in that like first, second, and third. Shazam, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. Cause and you know what? Here's the thing. I think that overall, Wonder Woman was a better movie. But I could easily deduct points and move that into third and put Aquaman ahead of it just off the strength of the fact that Aquaman had a solid beginning, middle, and end, and Wonder Woman's ending was terrible. Like, it's one of the worst villains. The ending of Wonder Woman is not even as good as the ending of Hancock.
You hate that movie.
I don't. See, here's the thing. I think Hancock. I think that joint had a lot of potential. I don't think it was. I mean, that movie suffered from, I think, a lot of rewrites and reshoots, and I don't think that movie really knew what it wanted to be. I do think that there was the possibility of a good core story there, because like anti-heroes were like kind of on the rise. It was a thing. It might even have been a little bit ahead of the curve. And then the joint just turned into Dragon Ball Z, but with a story that was like Metal Gear. Which, like, if you can explain to me, Sin, what's going on in Metal Gear, I'll drive to your house right now. I'll drive to your house.
That's like trying to explain to somebody what Kingdom Hearts is about. Like, this is not going to happen. I enjoy playing the game, but I'd be lost.
Them joints make no sense. They don't matter. And I know there are people who know what the story is.
Oh, yeah.
But it doesn't.
I was lost in Metal Gear 2. That's when I became lost. Like,
you should have been.
Okay, yeah.
You're supposed to be lost in Metal Gear 2 because Kojima crazy. Which is like,
put it.
You know, crazy is a side effect of genius, I would say.
Absolutely.
Hancock was cool, not great, but okay for what it was. Right. But I think Aquaman was better than that. Listen, Wonder Woman, I think, is a solid film until the end. I just think it falls apart at the end. I think that the reveal and what the villain is like and how the villain works and how she beats the villain, I think it all it collapses. It collapses. It's like, you've been building with a sturdy foundation the entire time, and then somebody just came through and kicked the Legos out from under that joint. That joint just came crashing down. Like, I don't know. Like, it's one thing to watch a movie and be disappointed the whole time, which is how I feel during most DC movies, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Wonder Woman was like, yeah.
And it just at the very end, yeah.
Wonder Woman is, you know what I'm saying? Like, the ending of that joint, like, I was like, here's the thing. Watching Wonder Woman in the theater, I was like, you know, they might pull this off. Like, it feels like they might pull this off. Like, it honestly started to feel like there was a moment where watching Wonder Woman, it was like, a DCEU they might show up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it might be, there's a possibility here if they do this right. And then they didn't. Can you imagine what it would have been like if they had made Wonder Woman their Iron Man? Like, if they had built the DCEU around her,
that could have worked too.
That could have been incredible. Because you literally could have combined, like, she's almost Iron Man and Captain America put together, like in her first movie. You know what I'm saying? And so by the time her second joint comes around, she got all this money and been alive for all these years. Like she better be stacking. You know what I'm saying? Like she better have some bread. So like there was this potential where if they'd have just let her be the linchpin, they might have been able to do it. And I think they got scared. You know what I mean? And I feel like there is this I think a lot of times we talk about the DCEU failing because they were chasing the Avengers too hard instead of chasing, like, giving them individual films first and doing the slow build. Right?
Yeah.
Just felt like it was going to take too long because the Avengers was already a thing by the time it was really ready to kick it off, right? And so I get that. But like I think a lot of it is that when you spend your time trying to make sure that you differentiate, and this is not just a thing for the DCEU, this is a thing for DC as a whole. Like it just feels like they work so hard to be the darker, grittier, like, universe compared to like what you get or what you see in Marvel films and whatever. And like I feel like with the Disney push behind Marvel, there's a lot more of that. Like we can't be but so gritty. We're not gonna do but so much until you get to like Daredevil, right? Punisher. But like that need to make it seem like Wonder Woman is the strongest, the fastest, the like has, you know what I'm saying? Like why are you doing that? Like why are you all of a sudden like allowing her to do things that like she just shouldn't be able to do? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it just was like you're reaching, you know what I'm saying? And like to me that says that you don't have enough confidence. You have a character that is a god and you don't have enough confidence in believing that that character is god enough to just let them have those aspects. Right. Andrew says, I think DC just needs to do what animated does and just adapt comic book stories in live action. I mean, to an extent, but like, even when they do, first of all, their current run of animated joints are,
yeah,
you could forget them. They're like early 2000, they're like 2004, 2005 Marvel level animated joints now. Like they just don't care. There is clearly nowhere near the amount of dollars being put in by Warner Brothers to the animation, to the time, to like it is, they're bad. Like they're not, they don't look good. I mean, sound isn't bad like it used to be, but I don't even think like it just,
they've gotten so bad. Like I don't even care when they get announced anymore. It's like, all right, whatever.
Correct.
Like
that it used to be such a big deal when they announced a new one.
Mm-hmm. Outside of the Isekai joint they got coming, I don't really care.
Of course, but that's like a whole different.
Yeah.
You know, that's touching a whole different thing. What I'm saying? Yeah. Look. I mean, whatever. I'm not saying that like The Color Purple shouldn't outdo an Aquaman, right? Like as a film, it's probably way more important anyway, right? But it just is kind of like they're not even putting anything behind it. Like there's no like they not sending them out to really go do press. They just like, listen, just put it out. Just put it out. And I'll be honest, I feel like if it wasn't for the fact that Jason Momoa is the star of this movie, they wouldn't have put it out. I think they took this joint off the slate, just like they did all the other stuff that they have that was already done, that they just been like, we canceling this and doing tax write-offs. Like it is literally part of like their business plan now. It's like, we just
I can see that. I can see that. You got a big star like Jason Momoa attached to it. Like, let's try to get what we can out of it. Even though it makes no sense for this movie to come out now. Like, since we're done with everything.
It's I mean, look, there is a part of me that also feels like if, like, for all intents and purposes, the Blue Beetle was successful. Like, it certainly didn't do gangbusters, but I feel like it did more than they expected it to, right? And Blue Beetle, again, I'm gonna keep it a buck. There's no real stars with like super star power in Hollywood anyway in that movie. However, it is Warner Brothers DC with an all Latin cast. And if you cancel that movie, especially when it's basically done,
Yeah.
plus you have the possibility that James Gunn can take it if it finds some success and find a way to like flip it into what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? In the future or whatever, right? So you can't cancel that joint. Man, if you cancel that movie, bro, they coming for you. You're not canceling the joint with the all Latin cast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the press is like Jason Momoa is out and about. There's no doubt about it. But he's out and about basically saying like, oh yeah, this joint doesn't really matter. Like he's actually saying stuff like he's out basically being like, I mean, yeah, it's over. So like I don't know. It feels like he's just kind of like see it if you want to. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I know that a lot of times their contracts are written where like if the film does better, they get more money. But I feel like he feels like, regardless of whether he believes the film is good or not. Because here's the thing. When I watched the trailer, it actually looks like it might be good. Like it looks really interesting to me. And I'm like, you know, there's a possibility that this is the best movie of the DCEU. It's highly possible.
Anything's possible.
And still, I don't care.
Nope, not even a little bit.
I don't care. I don't care. And I don't feel like anything that they do. But look, but I went to see Blue Beetle.
I did too. And I didn't feel it was gonna be a good one either, but I was like, all right, it's Blue Beetle. Like
that exactly.
Let's give it a shot.
So let's talk about this for a second. Is the fact that this movie is sitting where it is this the proof that DC needs to just know Aquaman ain't it? I don't care what you do to the joint. You can sexify him up as much as you want, make it Jason Momoa, bro. Like Robot Chicken has done the damage, bro. You're not gonna make Aquaman cool.
When they made Aquaman cool or whatever, like in the comics, he had the harpoon hand, he's on Justice League Unlimited and everything. Like, all right, I like what they were trying to do. I see what they're doing with Jason Momoa, bring him in. They want to give him that same kind of rough attitude. But you might be right. At the end of the day, bro, you Aquaman. And he just gets no respect no matter how good you make the movie.
He's not. No one cares, dog. Like, listen to me. I want to. Do you think Amber Heard has any pull on why people don't want to see it?
Very
possibly.
Little, I think little.
I mean, look.
Point.
There is certainly some of that, I'm sure. You know what I mean? Like, I think that there's certainly some of it. I think that Jason Momoa has more pull to get people to come out and see something than Amber Heard does to get people to not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like they're equally pulling in one direction or another. Mm-hmm. Cuddy says the numbers did bad despite the big holiday. Marvels did way more. We know Marvels fell short. Of course. Like, to have a 4-day holiday weekend to that's Christmas, which is like, hey, look, there's all kinds of other things that you could kind of put into it, right? Dr. Who says, Andrew, yes, because I won't give that bro no eyeball time. I mean, sure. She not messing with Amber Heard. So look, there's a lot that's happening right now, right? Mm-hmm. The economy has changed a lot just in the past 6 months. So what people choose to spend their money on when it comes to stuff that is leisure, very different, right? Mm-hmm. And even though it seemed like movies are on the come up, you're still in a fight where, like, coming out of the pandemic, in the same way that people were like, I can work from home. I don't really need to go to the office. Why am I wasting gas? Why am I, all that kind of stuff. Then it was like, all right, let's take movies and let's just put them on these streaming services. And you still have some of that happening. And even when you don't, it's a very, very short matter of time before you do have it on a streaming service. And I'm not talking like just it's on a streaming service and you can buy it but you can, like, if you have the streaming service, you can just watch it. Doesn't take very long at all. The summertime movies versus the economy in the summer is so different from the literal economy right now that as people buckle down and begin to spend their money on necessities like food,
groceries,
right? Because the price of everything is going up, right?
Mhm.
And you know, like, people are not currently spending money to sell houses because it ain't happening. The market is terrible, but they might be spending money to fix it up because they there and they intend to be there because it's getting too expensive to go do anything else because everything else is expensive. Gas, food, all that kind of stuff. So when that happens, and you would think, well, it's Christmas, so it's opening weekend, it's a holiday, you got 4 days, everybody should go and see this. I'm gonna say that most of the people that were at the mall were doing last minute shopping because that paycheck hit Friday or whatever it is, and things are tighter now, right?
Shoot,
And so
my father hit me last week. Like, oh, I know you're gonna go see that Iron Claw movie. I was like, nah, wait till it come home. I was like,
exactly.
I want to see it, but like, I'm not giving that theater like time right now. Like, I'm good. I can wait. It'll be home before we know it. Like,
I want to go see The Boy and the Heron. I do want to go see that in the theater, but that it's for bragging rights. You know what I mean? For all intents, it's just to be like, I saw that joint in the theater, right? Because it's a new Miyazaki joint. Which how often does that happen? And it's in the theater. How in the U.S.
It's his last one too.
Well,
supposedly it's his last one.
Exactly, right. But you know, it's doing crazy numbers, right? And so I'm just more interested in going and seeing that. But it's probably not going to happen, and a lot of that's just due to time. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much has changed that, like Justin said, movie theaters suck. I mean,
for me, it just depends on what the movie is like,
and it depends on what theater you go to and what you're willing to spend to get the experience. So movie theaters, I feel like, have not always, but ever since like Return of the Jedi, where they actually went in and started to change movie theaters to give you a actual surround sound experience and add THX and stuff like that, the theater has been an experience, right? And back then, for so long, the only place you could see it was in the theater, right? And now it comes home so quick. People have surround sound. Even if you don't have surround sound, like, honestly, you can really get a decent sound bar that just, you know what I'm saying, that really does, you know what I mean, what you need, and a subwoofer, and you're like, I'm good. There's been just the way that tech has changed in the last decade, combined with people coming out of the pandemic, having people buckle down because they couldn't go anywhere, stock up because they couldn't go anywhere, spend money a little more frivolously because they couldn't go anywhere, to flip that on its head and be like, well, now people are doing the same thing, but they're not spending money the same way because the economy has changed so much, is going to continue to have a lasting effect on these things, on this industry, and the stuff that we do. And I think we're going to see more people put more time, effort, and money into doing things that allow them to stay home. And I think that the movie industry is going to suffer because of it, on top of coming out of the strike, writing and acting.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So those things in combination is like probably the best thing that came out of the actor strike / writer strike is the additional amounts of money that they can get out of royalties from things going to streaming, because the success for them at the theater level is likely to be a lot lower than it has been ever. You know what I mean? Going forward. So, I mean, I think Aquaman is unfortunately a little bit of a victim of that. But more importantly, Aquaman is not cool, bruh.
No, they tried with Jason. I give it to him. Just,
I mean, if you're gonna pick somebody,
it was a good shot. It was a good shot.
I mean, you know, they basically turned Aquaman into Thor, right? In the comics, the long blonde hair and the rugged, you know what I mean? Like they kind of made him, you know what I'm saying, in the
He
Thor.
has a harpoon, which is his hammer, like
Right.
equivalent.
And so you gotta like, you know, they're trying to compete. Say like, all right, well, let's get somebody to, you know what I mean, compete. We'll see.
You have a problem with that, Justin?
I say, hold up now. I don't know what he has a problem with, but I'm willing to hear it. Always, to be honest, always willing to hear it. While we wait to see what Justin's upset about. Let's
he just says, "Oh, I do." Apparently, he does have a problem with it. All right, well, speak your piece.
Nah, I'm cool with that. I'm just I mean, it must be the Aquaman Thor thing. That's what I'm feeling like.
That kind of just makes sense looking at it. Oh no, I mean, no. No.
Y'all had to respect Aquaman. Why?
Look, I threw a robot chicken into Aquaman. I'm sorry, it's all done.
I'm trying to tell you, like there's no
coming back from what they did.
Let me just let's run this back. First of all, we don't have to respect Aquaman. We don't even respect Superman. So you and
you think Aquaman gonna get some grace?
My respect for Batman kind of questionable. I get put on the spot about that all the time. So like, if I'm gonna pick anybody out of like the core Justice League as like, nah, they're the one, it's one or two people. It's Wonder Woman or it's Martian Manhunter. Period. I got them beating the brakes out of everybody.
I'm sticking with Bats and Martian Manhunter.
Hey, listen. I'm not hearing you, dog. And I know why you're saying
that's fine. That's fine.
No, listen. I know why you're saying he's a regular guy who can't even get a badge. We just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna I can't, bro.
You don't need a
badge.
Just
look, huh? Correct. That's the part of the problem. I be trying not to talk about it.
Wait, we're not talking about Flashpoint. We're talking about the live action Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
Yo,
it's not working. Oh.
Yeah, you talking about one instance.
Right.
Wonder Woman. Hey, you wildin'. Hey, listen.
But it says Martian Manhunter, yes.
Which is fine. But I'm trying to tell you, Wonder Woman got hands.
Yeah, she's an Amazon warrior. Of course she's the guy.
Bro, listen. This is what I want y'all to understand, man. Like, look, all right, look, you said Batman, I understand. Give him 24 hours or whatever. Notice that. Like, I don't even want to get into that. I know what you're talking about. She got 5 below. Hey, listen, man, whatever. Them bracers work to do whatever they do because she got a whip too. Like, so call her Indiana Jones if you want to, but she get down with the joint. That's like anyway. So I'm just this is like the only person in the entire Justice League that her entire life has been dedicated to fighting. That's just who she is. I've been a warrior since I was 2. This is what I do. I train with the best. I came up with the best. I'm stronger than the best. I'm a god of one of the best. You know what I mean? Like there's literally nobody in that joint who should be able to go toe to toe with her. Martian Manhunter would be her because he can't. Like she can't. Superman is stronger than her. All right. She'll kill Batman. She would kill Batman in a heartbeat. Like in a heartbeat. And Aquaman got hands, but like you bring up Flashpoint, he was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just leave it at that.
Him and Wonder Woman were both wrong.
I mean, I'm not saying, listen, what they did. but listen, she didn't cheat. He cheated.
He did.
All right. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
When you start chopping off chicks' heads and holding them up in front of your, I mean,
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman being demigod and all, right? How much of her ability, though, would you say is based in magic? Because that's one of the reasons why I have her beating the brakes off Superman.
50%, since she's half god, half human. I would give 50%.
But is it magic? Like I feel like
Like, all right, when you say magic, is that like
well,
enhancing her strength or like doing like witchcraft or something like that? Like some type of.
well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just asking because like her suit, whip, bracers, tiara, all crafted right by like I can't think of
gods
dude's
and
name. That
right.
crafts for the gods. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Imbued with God stuff, but like, is it magic? I guess is what I'm asking. Because I don't know.
I would say yes, it's magic.
Then Superman's done. anything other than that don't even make sense.
He go because Ray Shao on a regular basis. He can deal with magic and crazy stuff.
Hold on, you said you talking about Batman? Did I say Batman? Or did I say Superman? I said Batman.
Yeah.
I meant Superman. Superman's done because of magic.
Oh yeah, he can handle magic.
You know yeah. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not. I don't really want to talk about Batman and how Batman is human but isn't. Like they give him very non-human abilities but claim he's human. Like I'm not with it. I just want them to just like if they just, hey dog, somebody just needs to write it and just make him a metahuman because he is a metahuman because he does stuff that you just can't do otherwise.
Oh, a few months ago, I seen this dude fall from space and land and get up. Oh, it happened in the comic book. Literally,
because I keep it above space. Damian would have killed Slim.
Yeah, Damian don't play. Damian
would have killed Slim. I can't. Anyway, look, let's not.
See, that's my guy right there.
We're not really with the Superman. All right, look. I want to spend a little bit of time talking about one of our most anticipated games and movies and shows of 2024. And I didn't really prep you for this, and I have a list.
I saw it when I was putting the stuff in. I was like, okay, that's what we're doing. All right, cool.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. In a couple of weeks, we're gonna talk about our favorite stuff from 2023. We're gonna do that second week of January. Mm-hmm. But I just figured I've seen some things, and look, outside of like anime, generally speaking, our tastes are generally the same. Right. So I just kind of went through and looked because I tried to keep it the things that we have definitive dates for. Mm-hmm. And even then, that doesn't necessarily mean it's coming out in 2024 or that it's going to hit that date. So there's probably stuff that like you might think of that like you won't hear me speak on. But you generally speaking, that's going to be because either it doesn't have a confirmed date or I'm just like, these things hit harder for me. So here's what I want to do. I want to start with games because most of what we have confirmed for 2024 doesn't go beyond like March. And I think the majority of the big stuff is like literally next month. But I'm going to run down a couple of things and you just kind of tell me where you are. And if I miss something or there's something that you think needs to be in there, you throw it at me. Okay? Tekken 8.
Yes.
January 26th.
Okay.
Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. Where are you on Prince of Persia?
What I see, I like from it. I don't know if I'm gonna jump out and grab it. Maybe I know that's more your bag or whatever. Like if you grab it and say this is tough, I'll probably catch it like on a sale or something like that. But I do like what I see from it. Something different.
Do you like Metroidvanias? I get into those things.
Like I do, but I have to be in a serious I have to play this guy like grab me and catch him like Shadow Complex when that came out back in the day. Like, oh, this is fire. You know what I mean? Stuff. Yeah. It's just I just have to have the time to sit down and actually be interested enough to mess with it, and usually I'll get involved in actually like and start playing.
So this is where I'm at right now, based on what I've seen from this. This looks to me like Shadow Complex, but with melee combat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that is like, all right.
Even the way the cutscenes looking at the action sequences and the cutscenes, like it looks tough.
It looks like it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
All right. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Yes. Definitely hyped for it.
So
I'm about to start my part 1 run so I can go through it and be all caught up.
I just gonna say the same thing. Like I need to finally just bite the bullet and play through one
Yeah,
just to get through.
I moved the PlayStation literally out there this weekend, so I can go ahead and finally get started and just
start jumping on.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. Initially, my excitement for playing the remake dwindled when I found out that they were not giving you that they were splitting it into 3 separate games, and I was like, "Come on, dog, what are y'all doing?" Right? But then it kind of jumped back up for me when I realized that they're not really doing a remake. It's a new story. It's not the same story. It has some of the same story beats, but they're changing the story.
I think I knew that. Okay. That actually makes me a little bit more like excited to go in and just from what I remember, see the changes and stuff like that.
What I can tell you is that the big thing that is the issue for most people in the first game is not a thing in this.
The fact that it was technically the demo, the whole first game. For we back in
the day. No, when I mean the original Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, okay.
Like the big story beat that's like, you can't be serious.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a thing.
It up.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Somebody is a survivor. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's like, exactly.
Hey, I'm done now. I got to start like now. Now that I know that, because that is a big thing in gaming history when that happened.
It's one of the biggest things in gaming history. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So yeah, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League.
I'm all in. Personally,
did you watch?
No, we talked about it, and I didn't have holiday season. I just haven't. I completely slipped my mind. Even though I do want to watch them. I do. I just completely have forgotten about them. Those episodic diary series or whatever from Rockstar.
The first one, I was like, all right, they might be on to something, and it kind of fixed the issues that I had when they did that trailer. And it was kind of like, I don't know, man, this ain't looking like the second joint. When they started talking about like customizing your people for your runs and like bringing certain characters back from the Arkham series, I was like, all right, they doing their own thing. It's their own universe. I'm like, the co-op joint might actually work. Like they was kind of showing like how you got certain team up joints and how like, and I was like,
we taking these hands from Gotham to Metropolis. I'm just saying, like I'm ready.
Well, again, it's the thing. The difference really is that it's still a third person shooter.
Yeah,
that more than it can be dope. But and that's all I'm saying is you might want to watch that second joint, bro.
Okay.
Because what they talking, then here's the other thing. You know, I'm not real big on like the games as a service model, so to speak. Right? I'm good with like a game that drops, you can run through it, and then there's some decent DLC or whatever. You maybe come back and you want to jump back in and play it, something like that, you know, whatever. Like I'm cool with that. I don't need a joint that lives on forever or whatever. However, the way that they're talking about just like adding new characters to give you more reasons to do run-throughs and some of the like additional like game modes that they're talking about in it, I'm like,
it's reminding me of what Marvel's Avengers tried to do, but struggled with heavily.
Yeah, but like it looks
new characters and all that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like adding new characters and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just like, all right. And then like again, like being able to even take a character that like, all right, I'm playing with so and so or whatever, and having like different builds for the same character. Now, I don't recall them saying whether or not you can. I don't think like 2 people can play as the same character. I don't think that's like physically possible. So like you're gonna have to have, but you're still controlling how you build out your character, and like they have a whole thing where it's like they have weapons from like different manufacturers, and different weapon types do different things. So like they got like your Borderlands. Yeah. So like they have weapons that are made by like Luthor, and they're more like spacey, you know, more futuristic,
kryptonite related stuff like that.
or whatever. Like, yeah, like so it's different. And then
Yeah,
once
Wayne
you get
Tech
to a
probably
certain
got
point,
some.
huh?
Wayne Tech
Who?
probably got his own. Wayne Tech.
They could, like, again, like it just
Right.
it's a whole. I think there's 4 different gun factions,
Okay.
and then they also have, when you get to a certain point in the game, they start adding elements to it. Like there's a joint that you could do where you have different elements that get added to it. So you got your fire and your ice, you got your like, and I was just like, oh, they might be doing too much. They might be and the traversal actually starting to look like it's fun.
Okay.
So
okay,
we'll see. Like a Dragon.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Yes. 1,000,000% I'm looking forward to this.
I'm scared.
This honestly might be one of my most anticipated games of the year. Not because I'm a huge fan of the franchise. It's just the story of bringing back the original main character and having him be co-main characters with the new guy. Like, I still have to play the man who erased his name. I still got to go through that.
Yeah.
Because I
Did
know
you
how
play
this...
Gaiden?
Play Gaiden?
Like a Dragon Gaiden. You might need to.
I played them all. Except for Ishin, the man who erased his name, and this new one that's getting ready to come out. I played them all and beat them all. I'm still working on the second Judgment one right now.
Look up Like a Dragon Gaiden.
Well, I know what this is. I just can't picture it. Is that the sofa one?
That is most of, I think, what I'm anticipating that has.
Oh yeah, the man who erased his name. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Got it. Yeah, same joint.
So
yeah,
so
I need to know why my man's back and why he's still involved. Like we send you your farewell, my guy.
All right, I have story spoilers, so I'm not gonna do that. Outside of like, maybe, well, never mind. That joint doesn't have a date, so I think that's really it for me. For games anyway. I see you doing some little clicking and clacking, so look up a couple things. Because I know there's also, but here's the thing: there's a lot of RPGs, and my issue is that there's so many. I'm just like, no, you can't. There's not enough time. You just this like, my backlog from 2023.
I can't. There's a lot of stuff I've seen throughout the year that's coming in the future. Whatever, I can't remember their names, but I would know them if I see them. I think one's called The Last Descendants. I actually got into the beta like a month or two ago. I actually really enjoyed it. It seems like one of those Destiny type of joints where you have a hub where a bunch of people that you do business and y'all run around this massive open world and everything. I played it and I had a lot of fun with it. So I'm actually looking forward to the full release of that to just see what it does. But another big one for me that I've been saying for years is this Grand Blue Fantasy Relink that should be dropping. I think it has a March, like a lot of stuff does.
I think it's March.
Yeah.
Look, there's a new Blaze Blue.
That's a given. You can throw that in my shopping cart now.
Into Birth, that joint Under Night Into Birth got a new joint coming.
Throw it in the shopping cart.
I'm just what I'm saying. Like, it's just there's a bunch of stuff, and I'm just like, so I had to like narrow it down. Like, all right,
I feel you, but those are coming. There's a lot of stuff that I will get, but Grand Blue Fantasy and that Yakuza Like a Dragon is the ones that like I'm like, in my heart, like I'm super like excited to get in and play. The first things that just popped in my head.
Let's talk movies for a second. So, have you seen the trailer for Argyle? Do you know what Argyle is?
It sounds very familiar.
Don't worry about it.
But I've probably not seen the trailer.
We do have to watch it right now.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, let's do it. Like Agent Argyle.
I certainly hope you dance as well as you dress.
There's only one way to find out.
That's right.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
You and I, we're not so different. Agent Argyle.
Little help?
Hold on.
The book is phenomenal, sweetie, but What happens
see this in the
next?
theater.
It's called a cliffhanger, Mother. Ellie, it's called a cop-out.
Whoa! Hey! There's a cat in there!
Oh my god, you're Ellie freaking Conway.
Author of Argyle series, Ellie Conway! I am such a fan!
Oh, yeah? What is it you do?
Espionage.
Would you sign my book?
Here we go.
I love this book! Come on.
Who are these people?
Real life spies.
Why would they care about me?
Because you're a goddamn fortune teller, Ellie. What you wrote in your new book actually happened, and you kicked a hornet's nest you didn't even know existed.
I'm in some really big trouble, Mom.
Oh, so now you're experimenting with drugs.
I want all assets on them now. I need her to write the next chapter.
God, I hate that cat.
It's time for you to meet the real Agent Argyle.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Oh,
My God.
Okay. I wouldn't mind going to see this in the theater with a bunch of people, like a group. I wouldn't mind doing that. Am I going by myself to the theater to see this? Absolutely not. But I will watch it when it comes home.
It just looked like a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it just looks like a good time. And I'm just like, all right, why not? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm not overly enthused by anybody that's in it. But Matthew Vaughn, like they all in Matthew Vaughn joints anyway. So it's kind of like
it's just the squad getting back together to do another movie.
it's the Kingsman, bro. Like I don't, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, I guess that's what we're doing.
We might get some of them Kingsman action sequences. Who knows?
What?
That's what I'm going.
Down
That's what I'm
to
putting this on for.
Down to the stupid colors coming out while they were
Yeah.
shooting. I'm like, all right. Ballerina.
Oh, that's a John Wick spinoff. Yep. I didn't even see a trailer for it. I'm there.
There is no trailer for it.
But
There's
I'm
no
there.
real trailer for it. You can find a trailer for it, but there's no real trailer for it.
Right. Just off the strength
That
of the
joint-
John Wick franchise, I'm there.
Look, the fact that it takes place in between John Wick 3 and 4.
I need it. I need it, bro.
That could be a problem. That's June 7th.
June 7th. Okay, birthday month. All right, I like it.
And I like Anna de Armas too. Like, she worked. Hey, listen, Sam Jackson always working. You right, Candace.
He stayed with one in the tuck.
Always. Oh, and listen, and they just call him. They be like, hey, you want to come in, read a couple lines? He be like, all right. You know what I mean? Like, he just throw him some money and he's down.
What up, Alfonso?
What up, Alfonso? So listen. Joker 2. Folie à Deux. Uh-oh.
I feel nothing when I come to this because I never watched the first one.
Okay.
I have to watch the first one.
You have no feelings about Harley Quinn live action and it being Lady Gaga.
No.
I definitely do.
I have to, like I said, I have to just see, like, give me something from the trailer, whatever, just to see her in the role, and I'll make my judgment then. I'm not judging people beforehand just because they're announced that they saw something. I'll see your vision and run with it.
Now, I mean, they dropped some new photos like
Oh yeah, I've seen
maybe a few days ago or whatever.
some of the photos.
The first movie, it's good. It's a very, very interesting take.
Yeah, I've heard
And
good things about it.
because there is no real origin story for the Joker or the Jokers, I guess, as you would say now. I just kind of like the idea of the freedom that they just were like.
And this was a musical, if I'm correct, right? The second one, or partly a musical or something.
I mean, here's the thing: there's going to be they are definitely going to be singing in it.
Right.
I don't know if musical is the right way to describe it, but there is definitely supposed to be some of that, and it's supposed to be again exploring like the very early days of like how they met and how Harley becomes who she is to him and all that kind of stuff. So I'm interested for sure.
I gotta make sure I watch that ASAP, the original one.
Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, March 29th. Do you care at all?
Not even a little bit.
All right, we're not even gonna talk about it. Then I'm gonna just leave it alone.
I do want to watch the newer ones, like that seem like they're pretty good. I do want to watch them. I just haven't yet, so I don't have enough. Like, I don't feel nothing for it right now.
That's fair. Deadpool 3.
Yes, hell's yes, 1,000 times yes. Forget that. We all go to the theater to watch that one together.
They can't mess this up.
I don't think they will.
They can.
Oh no, everything completely possible. I don't think they will.
I feel like there's so much riding on this movie. So much riding on this movie.
R-rated Disney properties, like a lot of stuff, depending on how they handle this.
Yeah, bro, let me just tell you. If the rumors about Taylor Swift being Dazzler are true,
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna love it.
That's gonna be fire.
I'm
sorry. That's gonna be fire.
Love this one, bro. Especially if she dies. I'm gonna love this.
That's what I'm back because it's Deadpool.
Because it's Deadpool. I'll be all about it. Like I just yeah. Beetlejuice 2.
No, I'm not excited. I feel like it just took too long.
In October.
I just think I feel like it took too long, but that can easily change once I see the trailer. You know, just like everybody else, I grew up watching Beetlejuice all the time. Like, so it's one of the things. Let me go back and revisit since I haven't seen it in years, and then when the trailer finally drops, I can be excited for it.
I think having the original cast back certainly does something for me.
That definitely helps.
I think if they manage to get, the humor in Beetlejuice is very late 80s humor. It's real late 80s humor. And there's a way to get it right. And I feel like they managed to pull that off in Wednesday.
Okay.
And Jenna Ortega is in this.
That's a good fitting. Yeah. With the original cast. Yeah.
My biggest concern is her being typecast. That's my biggest concern. She was cool in Scream 5. She pulled out of the new joint.
I still never seen that, so I do got to watch her in that. Yeah.
She's cool in those. Like, but again, it's kind of in the same vein, you know what I mean, to an extent. So I'm a little concerned about her getting typecast, but whatever. Like, get your paper. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? But that idea of working with Tim Burton and having those same people and how they were able to pull off Wednesday. Now, do I think that a second season of Wednesday could dampen the impact of a Beetlejuice? Maybe, but it also could boost it. So I think it just depends.
Yeah, it's a cool choice for them too. I can see that being so similar in like her approach. You know what I'm saying, to whatever role she's playing in Beetlejuice. I guess we don't know yet. So just
right. So
yeah, it's a possibility. Yeah,
we'll see how that runs out. Dune 2.
I'm not a Dune fan, but I enjoyed what this Dune Part 1 was when I went to see it in theater. Like, I enjoyed it for what it was. I do want to know how it ends. I don't know if I'm going to go to the theater to see it this time.
I thought the first Dune was whack. I thought that joint was so weak.
I was pissed off that they advertised the hell out of Zendaya in it, and she was in like 5 minutes of the entire movie.
If that.
Yeah, if that. It was terrible.
It's a you know, people love Timothée Chalamet. I'm indifferent.
Yeah, all right.
But like, this joint looks like they packed all the action and important good stuff in the second part.
Part 2, yeah.
Because the first part is like
story for the most part.
I mean, which is fine, but like, I don't know. I just didn't care. It just didn't work. Like, I would have much rather just watched the original Dune and let it feel like a complete package and get it. I don't like the way they cut this one, and it just I don't know. So it didn't work for me. So it's hard for me to be excited about this because I feel like the first part of it was boring.
I can completely get that. Even though I was intrigued by story elements and what was going on, I can agree. Like, it wasn't like, yeah, it could easily be found that it's completely boring. I get that. I do like the visuals of it though. Like,
well, yeah. I mean, look, it's pretty, but so is Avatar. But I don't care. Avatar looks pretty, but outside of that, I don't care. Have you seen? Do you know about The Beekeeper?
Hey, Marcus. Yeah, we tore that thing apart the other night. Ad came on. I was like, this dude plays the same role in every single movie. Dog. I have no issue. I don't want to see that. I'm sorry. Like, no.
Hey, dog, listen.
You're to this point, dude. You play the same. It's the same movie over again. The mechanic, the beekeeper. Like, just yes, you're good at it.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, like you're gonna whoop ass and break necks. Okay, kill a lot of people. I got it. Like, it's to the point now I need to go to the theater to see you, bro. I can wait till you come home, throw it on a late night, and have fun. Like,
why is what he does? Why does it feel so different from John Wick? Like, why can John Wick show up and essentially do the same thing? Less hands, though. More shooting, less hands.
He's more hands. Yeah, he's more hands.
Jason,
maybe it's the fact that he's swole. He got an accent. Like, I don't know. It's and that accent like that. Like, he sells it when he's talking his trash. I'm gonna break your neck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shove this up your ass. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when he talks shit, like John Wick talk shit, but yeah, it's yeah, I'm about to kill you, bro. And I'm just gonna shoot everybody in this museum to do it. I don't care. Like, maybe that's just what it is.
I guess some of it might just be that, like, the stories that are the Jason Statham movies, like, the story itself is predicated on him being the best joint there is of whatever he
transporter.
That's another best one. Transporter. He's the best mechanic. He's the best beekeeper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But nobody else knows for real that he's the best joint until they dealing with him, right? And then
Avengers
like,
might need to send Jason Statham a card like, "Hey, we invite you to join the Avengers, bro."
I mean, Batman, so he could join. So, like, but John Wick, I think the difference is that, like,
he ain't gonna miss.
It's like everybody who he's up against is afraid of him. Like they know. Like, you see what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah,
there's a mysticism to,
they're like, he's the Baba Yaga. Like, they're literally like scared of John Wick.
Like, the story of who this dude is actually, like, all right. I mean, Jason Statham does exactly the same thing. He tells the truth and backs it up.
What's the story he came out not too long ago where he was driving for the group sex truck? And like,
I don't know, dog.
He was looking for some dudes that killed his son. He was looking for a crew that was like robbing him. It was like they killed his son. He was trying to find him and give revenge. He turned to be some like vicious mob boss or something. Like I watched it like a couple months ago.
No,
like,
dog.
Right,
It's still Taken.
Yeah, it's still the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? Taken was dope because Slim was old.
Right.
So kind of like for real. Nope. Listen. And them Equalizer joints, like fire, bro.
I cannot mess with the Equalizer, bro.
I don't care,
dog. I can't do Denzel, dog. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. I have tried.
It ain't fire. And it wouldn't work if he wasn't old. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And here's the thing. What we've been missing is Jason Bourne. We just ain't had one of them in so long.
I still to this day have never seen the Book of Eli, Marcus.
Hey, listen.
I've heard that it's good, but I still have never seen it.
Let me tell you something.
Him and Timothy Hutton.
That book, you better read that book, bro. Read that book, man. Read that book. Listen, like, we're missing an actual Bourne, like we need a Bourne identity, a Bourne support. Like we just don't have it. We don't have it. And for real, technically the action of them, like if you go back and you look at them joints, it's like,
bruh. I remember I went after some years to go back and watch the first one. It was one of them times when like, let me just watch the franchise. I never saw like the last one at the point in time, something like the fourth one, or whatever. And I was watching like the action sequence. I'm like, y'all just sped this up. Like he ain't really that vicious.
No, they just like spinning camera angles and like
y'all just fast forwarded that. No, he's not that vicious.
Slim's definitely not.
Yeah,
that vicious. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely not. All right, TV shows.
No. Hold up. I got a couple joints that you didn't mention. Godzilla vs. Kong. I need it. Look. You can sucker me every single time with some type of giant kaiju destroying the city or something like that to pull me in. You can suck me in with an alien invasion. You get me every time with that. And you always get me with like, I'm just a sucker for alien invasion joints, whether it's Mars or Skyfall or whatever. I'm just a sucker for like Battle of Los Angeles, whatever. And
why you ready for Secret Invasion?
Oh yeah. And natural disasters that end the world. I'm all in. You give me every single time with those. Whether it's Twister, Volcano, I don't care. I just love those things.
Like that.
Twister was like that,
bro. When that cow starts Twister like that, bro.
Hey, Doc, Reacher is fire. He don't play.
Hey, dog, but it's so cookie cutter though.
It's so cookie cutter. He making shit, dog. I'm sorry.
He's not like a big guy. That's a big dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But other than Godzilla, just on the anime front is that Spy Family Code White. Whenever it drops for us in the US, like I'm
all in.
I'm all in with Spy Family. It's a little bit of
but that doesn't have a date, right?
It might have a date in Japan. I think it might be out in Japan now, which means we won't.
Because again, I was trying to stick to joints that have dates.
I'm pretty sure it's out in theater now, and it's doing like big numbers over in Japan. We won't get it like home video, DVD, stuff like that for 6 months, so not till late May, early June, unless they do put it in the theater over here. So I'm just waiting to see if they do make an announcement that'll be in the theater.
I think there's a good chance it'll end up in the theater.
I think so too. But continue. Go ahead. Move to TV shows.
Echo. January 10th.
Forgot about it. Hell yes.
I need to see what they about to do.
Yes. No, I gotta make a declaration now. We're watching that together online. We have to, because that action, dog. Like I
it better be right.
Yeah. Because it looks like it's right from the trailer. It looks like it's right. Yeah.
It better be right. Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Shut up. Marcus, come on now. You gotta do better.
bro. That's why we letting him go. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
But you said Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You seen the trailer for that?
Yes, I'm a fan of the first one, the movie. I love the movie.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see this adaptation of it. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah.
Let's watch it.
So, this is your first time in New York?
Should we be asking each other that? Have you ever killed anyone?
No. Not really.
Really?
No.
Where do I begin to tell the story of how great love can be?
You're married.
The sweet love story that is older than the sea.
I should be clear, I'm not in this for the romance.
About the love he brings to me.
What is it that you two do?
We're computer software engineers.
He fills my heart with very special things, with angel songs, with wild imaginings.
I should be dead.
He fills my soul with so much love that anywhere I
How's the intimacy between the two of you?
go, with him along.
I'm scared.
Who could be lonely? I reach for his hand. It's always there.
What do you think happens if we fail?
Our marriage?
Our mission?
And he'll be there.
Yeah, down on this
And on
trailer,
Prime,
Bill. I mean,
I'm all in. I'm all in.
bro, listen. Listen.
And I want to see them how they portray these roles. I'm really looking forward to that. Like, I'm in.
I like the idea of Donald getting on his action.
Yeah, I want to see it.
I'm like, yeah, let's shoot guns, let's wreck joints, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Yeah, something
I'm
different
all
that we're
in.
known for out of his wheelhouse. I'm a fan of him. Like, I really want to see this. I want to see what he does with this.
Yeah, I think this joint has a lot of potential. Avatar: The Last Airbender, Netflix.
I'm excited. Not
I have
like
faith.
yeah, exactly. Like, I'm excited to see what they do with it. Yes.
February
Still
22nd.
Fingers crossed, but excited.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's got a lot of potential, man.
I like the screenshots that they put out of it. Like, okay.
The teaser's cool.
Yeah.
It really is. Honestly, bro, so much of this is going to be about how they pull off the effects. It's so much of it, bro. Like, you just can't, like, it can't look bad when you bend the earth. Like, it just can't, bro. Like, if you getting in your Tai Chi bag and that water ain't flowing like that water, like, if it doesn't look good, I'm going to be out. I don't care what the acting is like.
It's such a major thing to. It is such a major thing to the show. The action is one of the things that we talk
essential.
about with it. Yeah, like their action is top notch in that show, and you can't fall on that. Everything just got to hit, like, for real.
I will tell you this. I'm giving them 3 episodes. Like, I'm so amped. I'm ready for this one. I'm giving them 3 episodes. If I'm not sold by the end of the 3rd episode, I might just walk away.
Okay.
I might just walk away. It's too much stuff going on in February for me to be trying to watch that.
I feel you. I completely feel you.
Just
I'll be
keep
getting
it
to the finals. We'll be getting to the final season of anime before the awards come around. Like, there's other stuff
Too
I can
much
be
going
watching.
on.
Yeah,
Fallout.
wholeheartedly yes. The
That's
teaser alone got me like, I am so, like, visually, y'all have killed this.
That joint look like it's gonna be it. Bro.
Y'all have
That
just
joint look
killed
like
this.
Last of Us level
Yeah.
visuals.
Yeah.
Storytelling, it's a whole different ball game.
Right.
But there's so much they can do with that
And with
franchise.
Amazon Prime, the first thing I thought of when I saw it was Rings of Power. Like, y'all, like, visually, y'all smashed that. And this look like that's where y'all going with this. Like, this is y'all put money behind
Hulu
this.
joint, I think that joint's gonna be clean.
Mhm.
So I have sort of an honorable mention, but before I do that, I just want to see what you have because I know you got anime joints and stuff like that. That's on your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I have the shows that I'm a part of that I love that I watch when new seasons come around. Yes, I'm looking forward to all of them. I'm not going to run down all those with the new season coming back.
Yeah, the other thing I did with TV shows, I tried to keep it the stuff that is brand new, like not a season 2, not a season 3, just stuff that was like brand new. You know what I mean? But
a live action that I will just because I'm happy that it's coming back for season 3 is Alice in Borderland. I'm dumb excited that that's coming back for season 3.
Okay.
So happy. But outside of that one, like reoccurring one, Kaiju number 8. I have been waiting for this for a few years now, and it starts this year sometime, and I'm super, super hyped about that in the anime world, number 1. And number 2, I've heard so many great things. Shout out to Noah and everybody else on the internet about Solo Leveling that starts in January. How that's going to be like the next huge, big thing, and I'm super excited to get into that, see what it's about. Okay. I just thought of a movie too, but we won't run back. And otherwise, for TV shows, for me, the Rick and Michonne show. I can't figure what the name is. The last one's alive or something like that. Why are we still here?
Yeah. Hold on.
I want to get the name down for this, right? Rick. Not Rick and Morty.
That's
it. The ones who live.
The ones who live. That's right.
Yes. I've been waiting for this show. I can't tell you how many years I've been waiting for this show that I've been waiting for them to I've known this was coming, but it was supposed to be a movie. This will be 2 movies that ends the whole Walking Dead that storyline of the franchise.
Mind you, that joint comes out February 25th. So it's right after Avatar. So again, if Avatar not in there,
I can tell you right now, knowing they came out so close, I only care about Rick and Michonne right there. I still have to finish watching Dead Island with Maggie and Negan, and I still got to finish watching Fear and Daryl. Those might be what I focus on this weekend.
Okay.
Pushing through those. But I know me and Marcus still got to finish Blue Eye Samurai and Sweet Home Season 2 probably this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Blue Eye Samurai, I'm not sold yet.
We're 4 episodes in. First thing, this is not an anime. I just had to get we within the first 5 minutes, we was like, people calling this anime, this is not an anime. But for what it is, I'm intrigued enough to want to know how this all ends. This first season ends. So
I'm 3 episodes in.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep watching it, but I don't know. I mean,
I get it.
You know how you generally hate the computer animated anime joints?
So much.
I hate this joint. Really? I hate this joint. I usually like that. This joint does not do enough to make it not feel stiff to me.
I think the reason why I don't hate it is because it's not anime. Like if it was anime, I'd be way more critical.
Maybe. If you felt like it actually met the I don't know, bro. Something about the way this joint is animated makes me feel like I'm watching the original Appleseed.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's slightly clunky. I don't know, bro. There's something in the frames per second that they're doing. I'm just I don't know, bro. It's just there,
That's interesting. Only because I didn't I'm not picking.
There's also I'm also here's the thing. I don't. It feels to me like there's nudity for nudity's sake in this joint, and that is
them all jumping in the river together. I was like, what the hell is this?
Why are we doing that? Yeah, it's just for real.
For shock value sake.
Even in the first joint when she goes to the house or whatever, and Slim is following her, and she pays how much for 3 days? You know what I'm saying, or whatever, and I'm like. But it's unnecessary to show any of it. It just doesn't hold anything for them to be like, oh, this your first time, and him just kind of be like, yeah, and whatever. And it's but you don't. it just is unnecessary. Like it doesn't actually do anything for the progress of the story or whatever. So it just feels like it's there for the sake of it being there, and or for shock value, and or because whoever decided, the Americans who decided to put this joint together felt like this is what they do in anime or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
only
not.
time I felt like it wasn't overdone, but like it made sense in that moment was when, because we were past episode, when Shorty slept with the dude that she liked in the joint or whatever. Like he was feeling bad about herself for getting his top not cut off.
That's different.
Yeah, like she broke him off a little something. Like, all right, that was fine. That was cool. I like.
That's a little bit different. That's like Ninja Scroll level nudity. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't have to be there, but it's there because it makes sense with the character and with the, you know what I'm saying? Like
what's going on? Yeah.
It's all right, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Everything else is just random beans and franks. It's just like, what's the point of this?
Doing this. You know what I mean? Like, what are we?
Yeah. Especially when everybody stripped down naked and jumped in the water. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
What's going on? What we doing?
Why are we doing this so Shorty could walk on our hands? Like,
that don't even make no sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Don't even make no sense. It's all right.
Continue.
So there is a joint coming out for Netflix called The 3-Body Problem. And I know it's not what you think, but it sounds dope, though.
Like, tell me more.
It's a sci-fi joint.
It's a what joint?
It's a sci-fi joint.
Okay.
It's basically about like this Chinese woman who, in like the 1960s, basically does an experiment that has an effect on time and space. And then like people in the future now have to find ways to try to deal with the repercussions of like what she did. It's kind of hard to explain.
I don't recommend. The name doesn't sound familiar, but the premise sounds familiar with something.
So this is the thing. Like, I would have shown the trailer, but I don't think the trailer does it justice. Like, I don't think the trailer is actually. I don't actually think it's a good trailer. I don't think the trailer will make you want to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the description so I could tell you. All right, so basically, the synopsis is: a great threat emerges through time and space due to a decision taken by a young female astrophysicist during the brutal Cultural Revolution in China in the 1960s. Now, in the present day, a group of brilliant scientists from around the world must join forces to protect humanity. So this is the thing. It's based on a book.
Right.
A couple of books. But the 3-body problem is an actual like physics thing. Like there's a thing in physics called, it's called basically, it's like it's the n-body problem, which basically all it is like, I don't want to say all it is and like minimize like the work of like astrophysics or whatever, but like basically it has to do with they basically ran these simulations of the solar system, and they ran the same simulation like 3 times. And when they ran the simulation, the only thing they changed was like the position of Mercury by like 1 degree, like forward or back, right?
Yeah.
And that caused the solar system, based on the gravitational pulls of everything around it, to start looping and doing things in ways they just couldn't predict. And like it's in so many different ways that there aren't enough equations to match the different variables for how. So it's, in a way, it's almost like the butterfly effect. It's almost like a real life version of the butterfly effect to an extent. And so the 3-body problem is basically like a way that they solve for it. So when they decided they're like sending somebody or someone into space, the 3-body problem basically says that like if you have 2 major bodies that have a certain amount of gravitational pull, and you send another body through it that is small enough that it has a gravitational pull, but it's so small that it wouldn't affect everything else. And they use those calculations to determine like how to send out satellites, how to like it's a whole thing. And for me, it's super interesting. And the fact that they're doing a show that's based on books that to me technically are like playing with. Anytime they do stuff that's like sci-fi, but it's based in probabilities that are based in something in, you know what I'm saying, in reality, I'm always interested. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Like when you start, because you're almost talking about like a multiverse. Just again, like the butterfly effect being something that's as simple as like when they run these simulations, it's like if that joint is off, it basically tells you that like our solar system is such an anomaly that it stays in orbit the way that it does because the slightest thing, a single degree, could throw it off so badly that like literally we could be rotating directly into the sun. Like it's just it's stuff like that. And to me, it's so interesting that they're framing it around a story based on something somebody did back in the 60s and how people are having to deal with it now in terms of it being a sci-fi thing. So the joint is just real interesting to me. But watching the trailer, I'm like,
hey, look, I just watched the trailer. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you said is nowhere near the trailer whatsoever.
You don't get none of that.
But watching the trailer, I want to see this shit.
You see what I'm saying?
like
that's what I'm saying.
I'm intrigued enough off of the weirdness and the mystery of what was happening. And once they slapped creators of Game of Thrones, I like.
I did forget to mention that it's from the creators of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, like y'all have earned enough with me to jump in.
Yeah,
y'all have earned enough cachet with me with that.
I'm with it, man. That was my last joint though.
So
the Three Body Problem that comes out March 21st.
Yes.
So that was my last joint. Again, it was kind of my honorable mention just because I'm like, I do really want to see it, but I'm not like.
No, it's all good. I'm glad I didn't know about that one. That wasn't what I was thinking of, but I'm happy about that one. Yeah.
All right. You ready to wrap up?
Let's wrap up.
All right. What we do?
Perfect timing.
Yeah. Is it though? Like, why are you here, bro? Like, I don't like.
There's no point at this point. We're done with the show. Like, yeah.
Hey.
That's it. Just hey.
Hey.
Yeah, that's all he had. Is hey.
Oh, okay.
That's all he had to say. All right, so listen, I want to thank y'all for hanging out with us. Hey, let me tell you something. It has been 2023 has been a year. Let me say that. For Loaded Snacks, it's been an incredible year.
I saw earlier, Sam.
go for the victory this weekend. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna just take his clothes off. Like, I don't understand why. Like, we just got. It's been for us. It's been an incredible year, and I just want to thank everybody for hanging out with us all year long. Whoever wasn't there at the beginning but is here with us now, we're glad you joined. You know what I mean? Jumped on the train and are riding with us. There's a lot coming. There are some really big things that are happening for next year, and we are already in the pipeline for like late 2025. Like, there's some things that are brewing that we're working on. You know, we can't talk about all of them just yet, but there are definitely some things that are happening. So
definitely stay tuned.
Having said that, look, if you're not doing anything, if you're not going out somewhere for New Year's, please feel free to jump in. We'll be streaming. We'll be playing some Baldur's Gate 3, possibly something else. For New Year's Eve, going into New Year's Day, Popeyes and pajamas. We will all be wearing our pajamas. We're all gonna go to Popeyes and get some food, some very dry but very buttery biscuits. It's the oxymoron of the food world. And, you know, and we're gonna hang out. We're gonna have a good time. We will be taking donations again for Extra Life. It'll be the last day to do donations for that for sure. Andrew says, bye-bye, gentlemen. Hope for a fantastic new year ahead for y'all. Same to you, Andrew. What is going on? And we'll end that off again. We'll end the year like we always do with Popeyes and pajamas. It'll be a really good time. We're gonna have some fun. Feel free to jump in and kind of watch us play Baldur's Gate. I don't know how seriously we're gonna take it. I think we're just gonna see how we could do.
Nah, come on, we've already started. Gang.
You know, but now we gotta drag this dude along.
Well, we can figure that out once this is over and we can get him in to test out some Baldur's Gate stuff, right? Jokes?
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen.
Because of him.
It ain't gonna happen.
Because
Some a stone cold liar, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not even. I can't bank on that. So what I'm telling y'all who are watching is that there will be some Baldur's Gate, and I don't know how serious it's gonna be. However, it's gonna be a good time. No matter
gosh,
what.
Candace.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna like that. I like that. It is. It's not a bad choice. Yeah. So again, look, if you're going out for New Year's, please be safe. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Stay with folks you know. Keep your eyes on your drinks. You know, don't leave your drinks, that kind of thing. You know, but if you're gonna be in, and that's how you're choosing to stay safe by staying home, by all means, feel free to jump in. You know what I mean? We'll be streaming. I don't know exactly what time we're gonna get started yet, but we're gonna talk about it in a few minutes, and then we'll post. But probably somewhere around the 7 to 8 o'clock time frame is when we'll get started. And then we'll probably go till like 1 or 2. And, you know, we'll stop to make sure we take in the new year.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Cheers, everything up and all of that. But just want to make sure y'all know that, and we'll appreciate y'all bringing in 2024 with us, and then we go right back to the grind. So, I know we'll do a regular weekly 2 days after that, and then again the second week of January we're going to be putting together our list for our favorite like things from 2023. So we'll be doing some, not really doing top 10s, top 3, whatever, which kind of less our favorite things individually, and we have some other folks that we've asked to kind of chime in and put some lists together for us as well. So we'll have some of that, but we also will be shooting some individual videos and posting those so they can go up, so you can take a look at them. Just some of our recommendations for things that we really enjoyed from the year. So we'll be doing that and kind of putting a little time capsule on it. Saying, can you do Joke's job?
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll get the Beacons link up for everybody. You'll probably see some changes coming to the Beacons link soon. We'll also be doing some slight modifications of things in Patreon. We're always kind of looking at ways we can do things a little bit differently. And again, with some of the things that we are working on, again, not just 2024, but we're already working on things that are 2025 bound. I can tell you now, we know we're going to need some help from you. So we'll be kind of letting you know what's going on with that sooner than later. Post February, right now is where I'll say we'll kind of be in a position to do that. Sin, you got a job to do.
Yeah, so let's shout out our top tier patrons, starting with Anthony Cunningham, Marcus Houston, Susan Dortch, Tyrone Carson, Meticulous Skin, Alex Lee, Ellis M. Bay, and Kermit Ferguson. Thank you very much. We truly, truly appreciate it.
Means the absolute world. Again, we got big things brewing. In case we don't see you for Popeyes and Pajamas, I want to wish everybody just a happy and safe new year. Again, please be as safe and careful as you can be always, but especially going into the new year. Jokes. One last time for 2023. Tell the people what I need them to hear.
Remember, y'all, just because you have a well thought out plan doesn't make it a good idea.
With that, we are out for 2023. Toodles and loot.
Loading snacks.